I think my favorite celebration is probably the New Year's celebration. You know, I always like New Year's because it's so bizarre to me that we're drunk, we're counting backwards. Like, when did this tradition start? Did they have it back in ancient times, like in ancient Rome? Did they have the countdown and be like, X, I-X, V-I-I-I, V-I-I-V. I'm out. Happy New Year, Hippocles. I am out. I will see you at the vomitorium. Yes, I will. You start to make resolutions around New Year's. People do that. You try to get in shape, lose weight. You know, I'm trying to shop healthier. But certain things are strange. Like, why do we grade our beef in this country? You know what I mean? Grade A beef. Yeah, like anyone's going to want the cow that got bad grades. Be like, yeah, let me get the special ed beef. Yeah, from the dyslexic cow. The one going, ooh. Ooh. Banging her head.
Couldn't pass that one up. 705-96 Rock, New Year's Eve. It's Finn, Sister Karen, Cousin Vinny. Nice enough to get up and share some of his idiot stories with us from his New Year's Eve's past. And we're going to open up the Rock line here in a little while. See if you've got any you want to share. Anything you want to send us an email about, you can do that. The morning show at purerock96.com. Gamble taking a mental health day, getting prepped and ready to strap in, put on the feed bag, and watch sports and evaporate into nothing over the course of the weekend. So I can't believe we won't hear from him before the end of the show.
Yeah,
I got to figure it'll be driving him crazy to be in town and not on at some point.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the countdown is on. We were talking about this a little bit earlier. You couldn't pay me any amount of money to be in Times Square on New Year's Eve ever, particularly this year with heightened security issues, so on and so forth. What do you think? I mean, you think you think anything is going to go down in New Year's or in Times Square? You think we should probably call the Naked Cowboy. That's his home. His home space. Find out what he's doing. Does he bug out, or does he stay for the? Does he go make a little money on the New Year's Eve?
You know, I would imagine he would be somewhere like that. The last I talked to Todd, our buddy Todd, he was down in Nashville, but I'm sure he's probably in New York for New Year's Eve.
Oh, you know what? That's right. Yeah, they were spending some time, I think, with family over the holidays. I do remember that because he's going to be involved in a project, actually, as Robert, the Naked Cowboy, that I'm working on. And I should probably give more detail on that, but I'm not going to.
But sorry.
Let's just say if you watch WGN TV, you'll find out eventually.
Yeah.
That's all I'll tell you.
Now, do you think like all the local people that live in Manhattan leave Manhattan?
No, I think they
and then all the tourists come in?
I think they especially if they need to run down to the corner market to get some sour cream.
Yes.
Or whatever they get in Times Square. Can you get sour cream in Times Square?
Never been. I don't know.
Famous Times Square sour cream. That's not sour cream.
Yeah, whether you think it is or not, I'm sure it's.
I think, you know what, honestly, I don't know. New Yorkers are so different from everyone else in the world. I mean, I've been fortunate. I've gotten to go a couple different places overseas. I've been around a lot of different places. I've never met people like people from New York.
Yeah.
They're and people who move to New York that aren't from New York become
like
those. But you know how you move someplace and you still kind of maintain who you are.
Sure.
I would say L.A. might be another place where you assimilate. You become a Los Angeles-ian
Los Angeline.
But you know what I mean? Yeah. But New Yorkers, there's just something about them. All of a sudden, they become bulletproof, indestructible. They don't want to take any crap off of anybody. And it'd be impossible for me to say how they feel about it because I don't know. As soon as I'd say one thing, it'd be the other. I don't know. I can't imagine. I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't like a million people standing around pissing in my front yard.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I could. I definitely would like to go sometime because I've never been, but I already know it's not a place I'd want to live.
Yeah. Well, and Manhattan is to me like Vegas and my parents' house. 3 days is about the
plenty.
Then you're ready to go home.
Right.
Yeah.
You're beat down and broke, and you're ready to go home.
I got no money left. I'm thinking I miss home. That kind of thing. I want to go back to work. That's when you know.
Tail between your legs.
That's when you know you've had too much
when you're
fun.
ready to go back to work.
Can't wait to go back to work.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know if anybody's working today. Anybody's even out. Anybody even listening. If you are, God bless you. If you have to work over the holiday, hopefully you make a bunch of tips and it's all worthwhile. And if you are going out and people are working to help you, help them.
Yeah.
Please take care of your bartenders and your servers. Take good care of the people taking good care of you. Thank you very much.
Yes, I'm sure at 7:08 a.m. they'll remember that at 7:08 tonight.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Yeah, most people have probably already started drinking. So if you've done that too,
I
again, the
have.
morning show at purerock96.com. Now, Cousin Vinny is a local DJ extraordinaire. He does the clubs. He plays himself the hippity hop music sometimes, and he goes out and
Are you talking about the Easter Bunny?
yeah, he does. He only plays on
The sock
Easter.
hops.
Sock hops.
But you've
Get
been
your
out,
poodle
you've
skirt
done
out.
your, and you worked for years at Jillian's. You've worked Southgate House, a lot of different bars. I've worked. I worked in a liquor store. Boy, you want to talk about a freak show?
Yeah.
Well, every week was a freak show, but New Year's Eve, the freak show on New Year's Eve was
I'm sure.
spectacular.
Yeah.
It's amateur night.
I was I was a bus boy at a club, and I've always kind of been in an industry where you were expected to work on New Year's Eve. The years when I owned Bogarts, every year we'd do the Royal Crescent Mob on New Year's Eve,
yeah.
and those shows were off the what do the cool
Off the
kids say?
hook.
Off the hizzy.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah,
What?
right. And then I was going to eat
I'm
off
behind in the times.
Our good friend JD off the chain.
off the chain. JT. Somebody needs to smack him into 2010 quick.
You think?
But those were a lot of fun. Now, and you know what? Let me digress. Let me have a gamble moment, if I may. If anybody out there, even A, remembers the Royal Crescent Mob, or B, has a copy of their CD, Omerta, can I please have a copy of it? I can't find it anywhere.
Email
Huh?
to the morning show at
Send an email. I
purerock96.com.
was going to say, you can find it in email? Where's that?
No.
No, if you have a
What?
copy of that, I would love to. I will pay you, and then I will send Dave and Harold and the guys in the band 7 cents. I would love to get a copy of it.
You should try Darren up
Yeah.
and shake it and see if he has it.
Ooh. All right, Darren, I know your spider sense is tingling. You have a
Yes.
the last thing he found for me, he still has.
Right.
When did we do that promotion? 4 months ago?
Something like that.
He
We need
still
to get
has
up
it.
there and
All
say,
you
hey.
said is he had to find it, and he found it.
Well, he
Yeah.
found it, and he said he's ready to give it to me. I can't play it because it's on vinyl, but I will own it.
Yes.
I will covet it. But, yeah, that's probably a good idea. He could probably find it. Hell, he's
Yeah.
probably got 10 copies of it.
I have an
You
extra
never know.
phonograph in my basement. You can play it.
Phonograph. Oh, thanks, Alexander Graham Bell.
I'm sure Gamble has a couple extra in his basement.
Yeah, so anyway, but that's what we did. It seemed like every year, New Year's Eve, big show. Got thrown up on once.
Ooh.
And I'm trying to remember if it was New Year's Eve where the guy turned around on me. I went up and tapped him on the shoulder just asking, because our thing was, and I don't want to go all Roadhouse on you here with the Dalton thing.
Right.
I was always like, I used to
double
always
D?
tell everybody, look, you guys are big boys. You got yourselves your mag lights. Instead of having to pound on anybody with any of that stuff, here's my rule. You can talk them out, you can walk them out, and then you can knock them out. It depends on how they want to go.
Right.
And most people, when these guys got around them, they would just be escorted. I mean, they might not like it, but they would walk out, and then they'd spit on you like the girls that they are, and then they'd run off.
Sure.
But one guy, I went up to, I think, just tap him on the shoulder or whatever, and just asked him just to knock it down a notch, because some people around him were complaining. And he just wheeled around on me and clocked me right in the face out of nowhere. And it was funny because that was even the time I was wearing fake glasses, so people wouldn't hit me in the face. Because did they say people don't hit people with glasses? That's not true. He clocked me right in the face.
I've never been hit.
My fake. I don't even think they had lenses in them, but they shot off.
That
and
doesn't
went across
count.
the room, and then I crawled around like Velma, going, "I can't see." But
Zoinks!
But anyways, this guy just bam, and he nailed me. And the next thing I know, there was this pile of guy on top of him. Boy, they dragged him out allegedly. I'm sorry.
Escorted
they
him out.
carried him out in a sedan and waved fans on him on his
Yeah.
way out the door and fed him some grapes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that was New Year's Eve too. But I mean, when Jillian's and the other stuff, what was the strangest thing you think you ever saw on a New Year's Eve besides employees doing it in the liquor closet or something like that?
Yeah, because that happened all the time. That wasn't just New Year's.
Oh, okay.
So say, for what I heard, that was kind of a regular thing.
That was just a guess. Look at me go.
In the VIP room, the back room. Anyways, probably one of the strangest was when I was up on the 4th floor at Jillian's
In the tower.
in the Tower of Power.
Sure.
Is what?
Was that where they did the bubble parties?
Yeah, except it started leaking through.
Yeah, that
down
was
to the
great-
3rd floor and then down to the
Oh.
2nd
So
floor
bubble parties and it's running down the walls.
and then
Yay,
onto the
good
arcade
idea.
That's awesome.
on the bottom floor.
That's what you want.
But we had 4 booths. We didn't have a lot of tables and chairs up there because they just got in the way. But we had 4 booths. In one of the booths, I was notified by one of my doormen, not bouncers, doormen,
Sure.
that we have a
Security specialists.
sizable person that was passed out in the booth. So by the time I make it over there, she's vomiting all over the floor, and this is a concrete floor, so it gets pretty slick.